On April 20th, you can expect to receive a letter containing shocking news regarding your inheritance. The sender is someone you won't believe. Archangel Michael warns that today is different from any other day, like the beginning of the opening of a sealed envelope that has been left unopened for far too long. At last, your name is boldly marked and released. You were meant to be kept in the dark until now, but heaven has intervened to bring this news to you. Someone you never expected started this, and they kept silent for years. Very far away, like a figure in your mind's eye. Yet, their signature has set in motion a miracle tailored to your needs. The letter is genuine. It is neither a metaphor nor a symbolic antagonist. It is real. It is already in the system, and it's on your way, and you'll know it when you see it. The energy it carries is both familiar and powerful, and the contents are life-altering. No one else was meant to receive it but you. But click the Amen button to get blessing 3333. This letter holds knowledge that has been kept from you, not stolen, but hidden, and that difference will break your heart when you read it. A family member you previously trusted had a silent role in years ago. A decision was taken behind closed doors, and while your name was spoken, it was never honored. The delay was caused by their genuine fear of your emergence, not malicious intent. However, they seem to have forgotten that your destiny cannot be buried forever. Archangel Michael says, the energy that protected this truth is now releasing it, and no force, signature, or false claim can stop it anymore. The letter is arriving with both justice and relief, so you can forget about it, move on, and settle for less. In order to receive blessing 444, it may arrive in the form of a messenger or someone may personally hand it to you. It may appear unassuming at first glance, but the moment it lands on your soul, it will feel its weight. You may feel a shiver run down your spine and a rapid increase in your pulse rate as you open the package containing more than simply property, money, or rights. It contains the honor that has been withheld and the status that has been denied. If you've begun to feel the effects of this message physically, it's not a coincidence. Your heavenly memory is opening up even before your physical eyes open to the blessings I'm about to bestow. The sender may have been emotionally distant throughout your life, but they harbored a secret nagging feeling that they owed you this. They paused before attempting to destroy the letter, so you don't hear from them very frequently. Then placed it in a secret location, such as a drawer, a box, or a hidden shelf. However, last night they couldn't bear to part with it any longer, so they prayed over it, sealed it, and sent it on its way with quivering hands, all because the energy within is sacred. The day restoration begins is today, April 20th, according to Michael. Your name is written on the scroll of return, and you can get blessings just by typing Amen. Tonight you might have a dream, not a nightmare, but an odd vision, of a room, a table, and an unfinished conversation. Your subconscious is getting ready to unveil the secrets this letter conceals, and it's not merely not monetary riches, but spiritual liberation from the burden of forgetfulness. You are not ignored. You are remembered by the divine. A lawyer might be, it's not simply a coincidence that something official was concealed in legalese. You were never shown the codes, but now they're being revealed. Leave a comment revealing the sealed words if you're ready to discover what's been buried for too long. This paper serves as a certification that you are being healed spiritually and legally. If you would like to show your support even further, you can contribute up to one of the signatures on the $120 letter could shock you. It could be from someone you believed despised you, but whose last act was to pay tribute to you. They may have witnessed your rise and fall and understood. No longer did they abandon you in your last moments out of sympathy or even adoration. Rather, it was out of profound respect and admiration for the poise with which you bore the weight of abandonment, as Archangel Michael aptly put it. You are now their words instead of their voices are breaking the stillness. What follows is the truth, which they would never dare speak out loud. Pray for blessing 5005 because there may be someone who doesn't ignore their weird, disturbed, and anxious behavior. They know what's inside and have profited from your ignorance. Instead, receive it peacefully, confidently, and to the fullest extent possible. They may be taken aback by your sudden arrival, and may even panic. But rest assured that Archangel Michael has already positioned himself to guard you. Nothing, not even their antiquated systems, will be able to stop you now. 66. There might be a map inside a statue or even an aggressive figure. Don't disregard it. It's connected to anything. The paper walls represent divine timing in its most basic form. Something tangible that is still yours, like a piece of property, a safe, or a hidden vault. You may find this idea overly dramatic, yet it has been confirmed by heaven, and what was formerly buried is now being raised from the dead. Come and show me what is mine. I've worn you down, but you've become sharper, more aligned, and stronger. If your chest feels heavy right now, it's confirmation that you're carrying an awakening. The letter is only the beginning. The rest will unfurl with. The handwritten page will both liberate and emotionally shatter you. It explains why they waited, and I confess what the handwritten page says. Divine precision, type Amen to get blessing 838. Archangel Michael assures you that you will heal the instant you read it, even though others have begged for nothing more than your forgiveness and victory. You are not obligated to answer or forgive immediately. If you type Amen to receive blessing 1001, the handwritten paper may quiver and the ink may be faded. But from now on, everything that has been stuck in the financial systems, accounts, transfers, and clearances will start to flow. Tiny, but the word's weight will eat away at your soul. Each syllable will contain pent-up emotions. Reading them will make you feel as though the people who wrote them are right there with you. They shared their truth with you. The document because they realized they lacked the courage to confess it aloud. This is their last act of submission to you in terms of rectification and honor. You can tell it isn't authentic by looking for a reference to your upbringing, a memory that only they and you had. If you're already feeling the emotions bubbling up, it's because this inheritance isn't a ploy. It's personal, intimate, and real, and it will break the narrative that others attempted to construct about your status in the family. Your name has never looked more royal than it does in that letter, which is a mere expression of riches. However, be blessed. On a single page, you will see 9,099 numbers, bank accounts, property IDs, or unlock unprecedented registration codes that have been patiently waiting for your response. These codes have been frozen in time for years as the system demanded a key that only you, your presence, and your awareness could provide. You must exercise caution in the aftermath of the lifting of the veil, since the lock will soon follow. Be wary of those who appear helpful, but whose true intentions contradict their words. Archangel Michael has designated them as such. This inheritance was spiritually signed before it was physically delayed, so there's no need to dread losing it. Now that it's here, nothing can reverse it. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 3737. As you read the entire letter, you may experience an unusual tingling or warmth in your hands or chest. This is the energy flowing through you, freeing you from old ties that have held you back, forging a new identity as you shed the weight of being ignored. Breaking the stillness of generations, you are being reintroduced to the timeline of your actual inheritance. This letter may have been on the verge of destruction years ago, but someone or something reached out and kept it, restoring what was meant to be. Archangel Michael assures you that you will soon walk on territory you never knew was yours, and through doors you were never told existed. You were born to inherit, not beg, so say Amen to receive blessings. Music. 2323. After an office visit, you may receive a call from an executable professional who will need to confirm your identification before processing the information you now possess. Be encouraged, for you are being guided by a higher power. The burdens you are now carrying will soon be lifted with gentle wisdom. You may receive a visitation invitation to a hidden gem, a quaint village, an office, or a building that has been a part of. Here is more than just a letter. It's a summons, a call to rise into what was always truly yours. When you arrive, you will feel it in your bones. You belong there, so come and guide my feet. If you sense movement coming soon, then this is a cassette made to receive blessings. 7,878 people will soon be talking about you in reverent rooms, not with accusations or rumors, but with respect, and they will claim that it was always meant for them. Your birth certificates will be found, and you will be honored for your contributions. A miracle has been performed, and it involves the identification of your ancestral documents. These documents will link every thread you were unaware existed. As a result, not only will you receive ancestral justice, but you will also be carrying the crown of those who came before you, who were never acknowledged. Archangel Michael adds, "You are the realization of a long-awaited promise, safeguarded from neglect until this very moment, and now is the time to receive blessings." Music 1:111. They will inquire about your emotions once you open it, but you will be unable to. Hard put into words, since this is more than just money. It's profoundly spiritual. Your perspective on your name will shift from modest to old, loyal, and meaningful. You may even shed a tear or two as you experience the profound spiritual impact of, upon receiving it, they will remember how much they wished they hadn't told you. However, no amount of betrayal can change the fact that it has been officially sealed in heaven. Therefore, it's safe to assume that this moment was arranged by a higher power. The inheritance could contain a key, a document, or access to something powerful. You were meant to open it on April 20th. Type Amen to grant benediction. Music 4048. The delivery was made just as heaven intended. Message for the future. Remember to keep this sacred and not share it with anyone. Let the miracle take place before you announce it. This blessing is sacred and must be honored. Don't worry, there's no need to hurry. The angels sent by Archangel Michael are keeping a watchful eye on the progress. You are not fortunate. You are aligned. You have not been lost. And this is not. It's possible that it's the fulfillment PEP blessing. 99999. If you'd want to show your support even more, you can contribute up to $120. Once the inheritance is fully disclosed, the energy in your home will start to feel different. Clearing the decks. It's a spiritual preparation, and the old you won't be able to tread the new ground this letter is paving. An old flame may want to reconnect with you, not out of genuine concern, but because they can feel a shift. They may even bring kind words, but this inheritance may captivate many, but only a select few were destined to accompany you on this journey. Now is your time to shine. Heaven has already designated them as temporary, and I walk with wisdom if you realize that not everyone gets to enter your next chapter. The sender of the letter may no longer be physically present, yet their soul, their dying desire, and their deed of salvation continue to exist in this present. Music 12,121. Someone may have scribbled, "Forgive me," or "I didn't know how to love you," on their way to you. Even though they are heavy, such words are healing because they reveal what was hidden. Emotionally is now being physically bestowed upon you. As you read their calligraphy, your spirit will reconnect with a truth it was always meant to inherit. You will try to feel every syllable, pause, and incomplete sentence. Archangel Michael explains, They eventually broke the stillness with this letter, and your soul accepted it as payment for their blessing, so now it can rest easy. It wasn't only for you, though. The inheritance will be associated with a specific number, 56,565, which may be a bank figure, a parcel ID, a file code, or something else entirely, and you may start to see that number pop up on clocks, receipts, and other items in your life. Speaks volumes, confirming your suspicions that this isn't a fluke but rather a reflection of your divine alignment. The person who teased you in the past will eventually learn the truth and rather than being embarrassed will be overcome with shame. Heaven never forgets a promise made long before this day, so even though people felt you were unlucky, they were really holding on to a hidden prize. April 20th is more than a date. It's a spiritual milestone on your life chronology. Starting today, you have the capacity to receive blessings by just typing Amen into a designated space. Your next move should be done in silence. Do not publicize it, do not post it, and do not allow curiosity to disrupt your serenity. The more peaceful you are, the more your blessings will grow unimpeded. The last phase is detailed in the letter you received the other day. If you follow it to the letter's letter, you will receive far more than what was described. Your inheritance is about more than what you will receive. The message from Archangel Michael is that this is the mantle moment the crown is not just, and that when you accept it, it will awaken aspects of your character that have been dormant. It's resting on your spirit. so wear it gently and walk confidently with it. Type Amen to get blessings. Music. 22,222. You might receive an invitation to a location related to the inheritance, such a peaceful estate, a piece of property, or even the moment you step foot in the courtroom, a new sensation will wash over you. This is a location that has stood the test of time, seemingly unchanged, and now your presence will unlock its purpose. Perhaps you will discover something meaningful to you there. Bereavement, a letter, or an artifact that was once yours has returned. It will bring back happy memories and affirm your fate. Right. The past is aligning with my purpose. If you've had unexpected this week, you may feel a surge of longing as your spirit recalls what was meant to come back to you. With a tap and a Duda blessing of 33,333, someone may be disappointed that you received it and may act passive-aggressive or phony. Their chance to honor you had come and gone, but now heaven has made the decision on their behalf, and it came through a letter that no one imagined you would receive. Don't give in to their feelings, whether it's spinning a tale or finding joy in their own interpretation of events. Archangel Michael states, "You will never hear the joy of the angels rejoicing except in a quiet, low voice, for they have fought a hard battle for you, and they have won it, not by fighting, but by delivering you." In order to get blessing 9090, you won't need to explain it. Simply embody it and allow your inheritance speak for itself. Your quiet will be more powerful than any testimony you could give. You'll also notice that those around you are gently beaming. You will hear the words "we've been waiting" as the systems shift and the e-port moves swiftly, both of which are side effects of the spiritual green light. The blockages have gone and the resistance has fallen, leaving only momentum in your behalf. I have arrived if you feel the release finally washing over you. Don't be shocked. It's the confirmation that this wasn't random. It was divine scheduling. You are no longer to wait, wonder, or doubt your value. Instead, type Amen to get blessings. Music 48,484. The letter has accomplished its mission. It has located, delivered, and marked you. What follows is the unfolding of you have been kept in the dark about everything that was meant to be your legacy. It's not just the paperwork. It's the knowledge that you now possess. A voice from above whispers, "You did not miss your moment. It would wait for you all alone. Now walk in the truth. Let your footsteps carry." In the days to come, you may notice a change in the way your body moves, a lightness in your steps, and a tranquility in your heart. These are manifestations of the legacy that you are leaving behind, so let your energy carry confirmation and connect into Him to receive blessing. 333,000. Your aura changes, your eyes take on a new light, and your presence communicates before you speak a word, when divine alignment becomes a tangible reality. It's as if even your reflection changes when this happens. People will sense the weight of truth now resting on your life, so strained relationships may begin to thaw. If you feel something shifting in your relationships, it could be because this inheritance is unlocking everything that was paused in your past. This is your environment. And when the truth enters, wisdom leaves. From now on, people will approach you differently, not out of fear, but acknowledgement. Amen. 64,646. The spirit world was aware of this moment long before you were. Over the years, your name has been shielded from the world in ways you never imagined. Now those layers are starting to lift, and your reality is finally catching up with your destiny. Contracts are being signed that benefit you, and a delay that used to make you cry will now be the reason you... Archangel Michael adds, "Do not be afraid, for the timing is divinely calibrated, neither a second early nor a minute late. Rejoice, for if it had come earlier, you would not have been ready." Don't try to grasp everything at once. Some parts will only make sense when you move forward in obedience. Faith must move first, and then understanding will follow. With blessing 71,717 comes a sense of duty as you are being observed by spiritual beings, ancestors, and others who perceive your radiance. Rather than using your blessing to brag, put it to good use in building "listen to the voice within you." It's your compass pointing you in the right direction. The person who lied to you will feel exposed now, but you shouldn't want vengeance. Your heart will start to speak more clearly now. Having dealt with it in heaven, your assent is the most resounding response to their deceitful remark. I ascend with grace, and you should know that this isn't merely about winning. It's about ascending to a higher world, for this is about more than just money. It's about a change in authority and harmony. Tap him for blessings. Music. 35,353. You'll start to attract like-minded individuals. Even complete strangers will treat you with kindness and respect, present you with opportunities, or just talk to you differently because your legacy has. There's something concealed in that moment waiting for you. The frequency you emit has shifted, and an unexpected invitation is on the way. The invitation could be for a meeting, a ceremony, or a family gathering. Don't be shy about sharing details about your past. The question could be probing. Archangel Michael adds, "This is your proving ground. You will not have to prove your worth, but your presence will prove your growth type. Amen to get blessing. So let your peace do most of the talking and truth be known. For 111,000 souls, there is a relative on the opposite side of the veil who has been waiting for you to come. Their redemption will be your triumph, and they will finally be able to rest. You may experience an unexpected feeling, a sudden warmth or coolness wash over you. That's their way of telling you that you made it. The inheritance helped more than just you. It healed them as well. Now you have a legacy to take pride in. You'll notice that thoughts start flowing effortlessly. That's the ancient knowledge awakening within your DNA. Say, I honor my lineage. If a holy bond is developing within you, your actions are no longer merely following in the footsteps of others. They reverberate through the ages and will impact future generations. To receive blessings number 92,929, you can choose to super thank you with gifts of up to. There is a paper that needs to be signed soon, and it will feel like a fresh beginning and a closure all at once. Take a moment to pause before signing and say these words to yourself. This is mine, and I receive it in full. Your signature will carry the weight of this agreement. Within the next 72 hours, you may experience a spiritual dream, see symbols, or hear a figure calling your name. Rest assured, this energy will bring an end to cycles that needed to stop and open new chapters written by heaven, not by humans. The Archangel Michael promises in a coded message that, in your dreams, I will speak softly, and your spirit will remember. Even if your mind forgets, you are now walking in the frequency of inheritance that cannot be undone. So, there's reason to be afraid. The sender of that letter never saw your face when you opened it, but they knew in their last moments that you were going to receive a blessing from tapping men. Music 8088. Their smiles betrayed their hope that you would rise. They hoped that the universe would provide closure, not sadness, but spiritual respect. They waited too long to accomplish what was right, but in heaven, their names will be spoken. I'm willing to forgive the delay if you're prepared to embrace the blessing without bitterness. That's how you unlock its full potential. Now we're paying the only way to ensure that everything is in alignment, including their delay. In order to receive blessings, please keep a notebook for the next 7 days and record everything that happens, including dreams, signs, and opportunities that present themselves. The following events will transpire swiftly. Doors will open without knocking, emails will arrive, and unexpected favor will be bestowed. Signs, symbols, and words that are too powerful to disregard, for the story is far from over. You are entering a realm that will give rise to wisdom, not just riches, and you will use that insight to assist others in discovering their own hidden inheritance. Your story has transformed into a, this is not the last message. It is simply the beginning of your inheritance legacy. I permanented 66,666 years ago. Guidepost Archangel Michael says, the one who was silenced will now become the speaker of hidden truth. Something major is about to happen, according to Archangel Michael, who spoke to God on April 13th. A private group is discussing you, and today, on April 30th, the atmosphere is changing and heaven cannot remain silent. Not long ago, someone is whispering your name behind your back with hidden agendas. Something major is about to happen, and what they are saying is not only unfair, it is perilous. This isn't your average rumor mill. It's a well-orchestrated plot hatched by those who put on a brave front in public, but sharpen their tongues behind closed doors, according to what God says. In the midst of your secret meetings and message exchanges, you may have thought you'd never find out. However, the answer is already in heaven, and now it's your turn to find out as well. This is a spiritual warning, and you shouldn't go into the next few days in the dark. At one point, these individuals pretended to be on your side, cheering you on and applauding your successes. Yet their envy and strategy were really the real motivations behind their acclaim and quiet, respectively. They were discussing what you enjoy, what you're creating, and who's starting to take notice of you. Their comments are drenched in Andy. They fail to comprehend why good fortune follows you. However, what they fail to see is that God has bestowed an unquenchable light upon you, unaffected by political maneuvering. Discussion. Someone you wouldn't think to be a part of this group embraced you while secretly hoping you failed to receive blessing. 4:14. They've begun making up stories and messing with time, manipulating your history in order to perplex others. In an effort to manage public perception of you, they harbor a secret message, screenshot, or audio recording that they have discussed amongst themselves, finding amusement in it. Remarked, "We'll have to wait and see what happens when this is out." This is not a fight you will fight with your hands. It is a battle that will be settled by, and what they don't realize is that heaven has already intercepted it, Archangel Michael explains. A profound misunderstanding is developing, and they are trying to use your quiet to amplify their lies. They mistake your grace for weakness, but they are about to face a correction from God. It's not only that you're being safeguarded. Heaven has heard every word from their private group, chat, calls, and closed-door gatherings. They sow seeds of misunderstanding, but they will reap storms of truth. They've spoken, and now we can see their true intentions. Don't tap into their energy. Instead, be still and let God to work. 6:27. Somebody is starting to feel awkward. They're ashamed that they didn't participate. They've gotten themselves into this level of manipulation, but now they can't get out. Be wary of people who try to give you half the story. Listen carefully and make up your own mind. What you're going to hear may shock you, not because it will destroy you, but because it will validate all your feelings. This private group wanted to challenge your credibility. They are not simply trying to undermine your trust in God, but you've been holding back. God says, type Amen to get blessings 7002. You were never paranoid. They are plotting to hurt you in some way. I have your attention, but heaven is erecting a barrier of fire around you, a circle of protection, and they are getting ready to act. You'll start to experience some strange behavior in the following 48 hours, such wide eyes, abrupt quiet, and communications that are left unread. It's an indication that the exposure has started, and you can start to receive blessings by paying for them. 8:15. If you would want to show your support even more, you can choose to donate up to $120 and be considered a superhero. They believed they were invisible and that their circle was closed, but there was a straggler who made a mess and communicated the wrong message. That's the door that heaven needs. You could be experiencing a loss of control at the moment, but actually you're gaining clarity. Whenever you were left out of a conversation, heaven was protecting you from poison. Now you're going to see amidst the unraveling of their schemes. Type Amen to get blessing 9002. Archangel Michael advises, do not lower yourself to match their deceit. Stand tall because the way truth is about to rise will silence every lie without you having to raise your voice. Their jealousy is loud because your mission is louder. Their fear is deep because your blessings are deeper. And today, you woke up with angels by your side. This gang is trying to hide your light because they are afraid of it. But they have forgotten that God is in charge and that nothing human can erase what he has started. Concerning assignment 1001, type Amen to receive blessing 1001. They appear to be in a state of fear, yet their energy is shifting, and they are questioning everything they said regarding you. Heaven is causing them emotional distress due to their plans are crumbling in the spirit realm even before they reach your realm. You have been shielded from damage without realizing it. There were gatherings to which you were never invited, yet God presided over them. Harmful intent was behind the sharing of screenshots and recordings, but the angels have already redirected and destroyed it. Someone in their group is going to make a mistake. They'll reveal too much too soon. When this happens, It won't merely confirm your suspicions. It will expose everything. God says, "You've been too silent for too long, not because you were weak, but because you were wise." In other words, they were under the impression that they were immune to consequences, but now they're finding out that they were wrong. Their attempts to harm what God is constructing for you have come to light, but it is too late. What has been sealed in heaven cannot be broken on earth, and your private comments have no influence over the public favor on their efforts to drag you down are a waste of time compared to heaven's use of that same time to bring you up. Soon, even those who questioned you will start speaking out for you. Just type Amen to receive blessing 1212. This group believed they had you in their grasp. Discovered. They scrutinized your every move, imitated your manner, and even posed as your supporter to obtain access. However, while they were observing you, God was keeping tabs on them. Their envy transformed into obsession, and their curiosity became fixated, into ruin. But they didn't anticipate heaven's intervention to be so direct. Now their names are being documented, their motives are being revealed, your plans are being thwarted, and it's occurring on your behalf. No effort required to receive blessing, 1113. Someone in this group took advantage of your generosity because they anticipated your forgiveness and didn't want you to suspect them. As a result, they were able to get close enough to betray you. However, according to God, you are not alone in this fight. In fact, you are surrounded by divine power. No amount of backstabbing can change what is already written in your destiny, and the cycle ends today. This betrayal did not break you. Rather, it roused you. It reminded you of who you are. Future. Those who have spoken ill of you will soon speak well of you, apologizing and praising you. Type Amen to receive blessing 1444. They came together to defame you, but they unwittingly laid the groundwork for your next season. They are desperately trying to bring you down before you reach a certain level of success, but Archangel Michael assures them that the elevation has already occurred. This is because their opposition has only served to sharpen you, and your progress into a new realm of favor is beyond their control. Commencement. There is no need for words to compare to the heights to which God is raising you. You are already there. Here is where heaven reveals who he is genuinely working with. Type Amen to receive blessing 1555. One of them attempted to heaven, witnessed all of it, and is now altering everything they touched, including your relationships, your emotions, and your truth. People are beginning to see from their manipulations. Even their own allies are beginning to doubt their allegiance. Their tight-knit group is about to split apart. A single act of treachery will set off a chain reaction, and their authority will disintegrate with it. They grossly undervalued they failed to recognize the divine handiwork that is guiding your life. In the coming days, you may have truths that hurt your thumb, but every truth has a release. You might even suffer emotional ups and downs, far away or uneasy. That's your soul adjusting to the truth that heaven has shown you. Embrace it, sit with it, and let it wash over you. This coalition will lose because it was founded on deceit, and deceit has no staying power when confronted with Archangel Michael says, "Your peace is returning now." The truth has spoken, and soon the blessings that were delayed will be yours. 1733. By typing Amen, you can get blessing 1733. This is because you were never supposed to be a member of their table. They'll be right back in no time. You'll be able to grin again without worrying about who's secretly laughing at you. You'll be able to speak freely again without trying to put on a show for other people. The energy around you is, with the clearing of heaven's names, links, and words, all that remains are truth, clarity, and power. Say Amen to receive blessing. 181. And you'll start to see people pulling away from you. And it's not because of you. Wasn't at fault, but rather, they're struggling to face the uncomfortable truth. The energy they formerly cloaked as love is now quaking under the weight of spiritual exposure. There's no need to pursue closure. Plus, an extra God is supplying it via their own deeds. One member of that inner circle is subtly attempting to withdraw from the group because they are terrified of what's to come. Guilt is rising, shame is intensifying, and they are aware that the period of secrecy is drawing to an end. "I didn't mean it that way," or "you misunderstood," soon pop up, but the truth is that you weren't confused, you were misled. The mask is finally coming off. This abrupt change is not turmoil, but rather a cleansing as heaven removes whatever that was trying to derail you, distract you, or disrupt your calm. You will now see clearly what Type A was meant to receive in 1999. They believed they had more time to smear, plot, and manipulate, but heaven moved faster. You've been silent, but that's not a sign of defeat. Rather, it implies wisdom. And now your wisdom is in sync with heaven's timing. What's next is, your name is being brought into rooms where the truth speaks louder than rumors. People are finally starting to see they were mistaken. This is a divine repositioning. Therefore, type Amen to receive blessing, 2011. God says, the private organization that once controlled your reputation is now losing control, and others who believed the lies about you are finally seeing the light. Others who evaluated you based on what others said will soon reach out, not to question, but to apologize. This is fairness without retaliation, transparency without cruelty. Their unity is crumbling, your alliance is trembling, and heaven is ensuring that they experience the same unease that they sought to inflict on you. Say Amen to get blessings at 2,222. If you'd like to show your support even more, you can make a super thanks with a payment of up to $120. You're becoming a version of yourself that doesn't care about other people's opinions. You can stop explaining your feelings to those who have never placed a high value on it will now find that their tranquility comes from alignment, not explanation. They will now radiate in a new way, free from the spiritual manipulation and verbal abuse that they endured. According to Archangel Michael, heaven is rewriting your atmosphere now type, which explains both the organized nature of the onslaught and the efficacy of your defenses. The next time that circle hears your name, it won't be in plotting, it will be in panic. The people who cursed you will be the ones to witness as you rise, so say the Amen to blessing 2343. Unsettling for them to observe, not because you desired retribution, but because you embraced mercy while the universe doled out justice. You will ascend with honesty, strike without divulging your method, and thrive in the stillness where they formerly conspired. Because the one who overheard their conversation while you were out of the room is now penning your narrative. Type Amen to receive blessing, 2,455. What you are receiving is not delayed. It has already arrived. What they thought they ordered, a mud vest, is what you are receiving. As you go into a realm where your name is revered, not ostracized, their names will gradually disappear as yours ascends. Their circle is crumbling, but yours is being reconstructed with light. Say Amen to receive blessing 2552, a place where your spirit is not suppressed, but rather seen, and your heart is finally protected. In the next 72 hours, you will see signs, confirmations, and conversations that you didn't expect. Keep your feet on the ground and be prepared for the truth to confront you. When it does, you won't be surprised. Instead, you'll know that every whisper they sent is coming back as a thundercloud, and every shadow they cast is Archangel Michael says, today, on the 13th of April, you have entered your divine correction moment. Everything that was spoken against you is now collapsing, and God is preparing you, not just protecting you. Type Amen to receive blessings 2,760. It's happening just as God said it would. You're covered, you're on the rise, and you're winning. The private organization will fall, but your name will be exalted, and your spirit will breathe again. Just type Amen to receive blessings. 2,177. These people used to say, you are becoming everything God said you would be, but now they watch you in terror, not power, since the one they tried to dominate with rumors is standing tall in truth. Their era of power has passed. The darkness they once inhabited has been illuminated by divine light. Their words reverberate, stronger and more indelible than before. In contrast, you are climbing the ladder of fame, not through triumph, but through setbacks. Type Amen to receive blessing 1,088. The tempest they sought to bring upon you is now encircling their own lives, not because you cursed them, but because they failed to adequately prepare for it. Heaven is silently honoring your name, sought to grasp what was embraced by God. They are bewildered by the rapidity with which everything changed, how you continue to radiate, how you remain at ease. Despite their assaults, opportunities continue to present themselves. That is because they failed to comprehend God's chosen ones, don't require the support of the majority to protect them. Your destiny has come at the perfect time, and no one can stop it. Though you may have been afraid to speak up, you should be wise because heaven will provide you with wisdom. Some apologies are sincere, while others are staged. You will know the difference after this test, which you passed. You relied in. You are about to leave this experience slathered in an indescribable spiritual oil, and the reward is not justice but clarity, elevation, peace, and an irresistible momentum. Just type Amen to receive blessing. 330. Noticed. Doors opening without your doing anything. Opportunities appearing for no apparent reason. That's divine restoration. People attempted to bring you down, but God is bringing you up. They'll say things like, I don't understand their process. You will not have to defend yourself anymore. Heaven escorted you through the flames, and now your ashes are becoming crowns. Just type Amen to receive blessing. 3011. Your name will be known far and wide, and your aura will disclose the truth, even when no words are spoken. Those who have slandered you in the past will suddenly see you light up, and even they will have to confess that you are divinely. Tap Amen to receive blessing. 3223. You didn't make it through this without their control ending and your release beginning. You are entering a divine spa. No one will speak badly of you there. When you enter a room, people will sense it. They will halt, observe, and marvel, but they will know they're in the presence of someone sacred. You are purified in fire, so you walk in wisdom that most people never find. You were not weak because you remained silent. Rather, it was a sacred tactic. Now that you speak up, your voice will carry more weight. God witnessed all, and He has answered. Type Amen to get blessing. 3300. You won't need revenge. The justice of heaven will be spoken by your presence alone, and those who denied you will now watch in bewilderment as you ascend. It will be too late for them to grasp that they were never battling against you alone. They were going against divine task. You haven't retaliated in any way, you haven't broken down, and that is why the skies are behaving differently in their reward of you. The tranquility you're about to experience is not transitory. It is grounded in reality, and the truth is no longer concealed by the very beings that broke your silence. Their minds will boggle at your success, and they'll wonder, how did they survive all that? But you'll know the answer because God stepped in. What was meant to harm you only ignited your divine timing. Type Amen to receive blessings. 3444. People who were snide about you before will have a hard time mentioning your name now because you're being led in a different way. You'll start to move differently, think clearer, and attract what aligns, not what drains. You are rising in places where falsehoods cannot reach. You are being embraced by people who recognize your genuine value, and the talks that used to hurt you are now utterly powerless. The tables are not just turning, they have already turned. What they drew the most dread from is, nothing is more horrifying to those who attempted to erase you than what is occurring to you. Type Amen to receive blessing. 3533. You were never small. You were only surrounded by people who required you to believe you were. Now that the fog is going away, you are now again shining brightly, proving that your intuition was correct. The energy shift, uneasiness, and inner pull you experienced were actually a sign from above. The storm they caused is past, but you are still. You are now walking differently, speaking with heavenly wisdom, and moving with the full support of heaven. No one will mistake your quiet for weakness. To express your gratitude, type 3666. If you want to show your support even more, you can choose to donate up to $120 as a super thanks. The people who were planning to break you up are now scattered in disarray. Your alliance fell apart, your plans failed, and you have been called, not for pity but for purpose. You have been marked not by their words but by God's promise. You have been tried and passed. Now receive what is rightfully yours. Step into your destiny. What is meant for you is not predetermined, but rather predetermined by God. Climb not because they were unsuccessful, but because heaven never intended for Tap to receive blessing. 3727. Even now, as they attempt to act as if nothing transpired, their soul is troubled. They sense that the repercussions are drawing near, and not from you, but from, it was unnecessary to prove anything, or defend yourself in front of those who had already decided to speak ill of you because their every word was silently recorded and judged. You must realize that heaven has already taken care of things for you. Their clandestine plots are starting to fall apart. They were previously confident in their position, but now they are. You have arrived to a point in your path where calm, rather than clamor or retaliation, protects you. Now, let them speak. Let them wonder as you face the weight of divine justice and get blessing. 3088. Sit in the stillness while you harness it for power. The darkness is most confused by a person whose light grows stronger with each assault. You are not stagnating, but rather rising and progressing. You pushed it through because it was a lifelong promise, and now they are witnessing its fulfillment. Tap Amen to receive blessing. 3977. So, keep going, keep shining, and resist the urge to make noise when it would have been simpler. Your reward is, you are selected, protected, and anointed, and the public favor will not allow any private plot to derail it. It will come in waves, not just moments. Descending on you at last, the transition. I am writing your name in locations where their murmurs would never be heard, ways in which your tranquility is being revived. They would always be their supply, and you've never before considered better to receive 4,000 blessings. Type Amen if you would want to show your approval. Moreover, you can choose to provide greatly appreciated with contributions of up to $120.